Hello, my little ranchies. How are you today? Oh my God, it's 2020. Happy New Year. Oh my God. You guys like my new hair? I'm trying to go new for the new year, you know. New year, new hair. I have like a lot of videos backed up on my hard drive that I have not even started editing. So you're gonna see a lot of like pre-recorded videos back in 2019, and you can tell the difference between my hair back in that time and my stuttering, because when I started out 2019, I was stuttering a lot, feeling nervous. But you guys will tell it's a pre-recorded video because I was a lot different back then. I was still trying to like get used to recording myself on the camera. Enough about me and my new look. Let's start the freaking manga review. So for my manga reviews, I already wrote a script. I'm gonna be looking at my phone for a couple of minutes, so sorry if I'm not looking directly at the camera. I'm gonna do my reviews in 6 categories. I'm gonna do the introduction, the plot and the story, characters, the art style, and the writing and the verdict. So I'm gonna let you guys know if this manga is worth your time reading, you know, to tell you what I think about it. That's the categories I'm gonna like focus on for my manga reviews. I hope it goes well, and I hope I don't mess up. Yes, let us begin. For the introduction, the title is called Spies. I'm gonna try to put the picture right here. It's called Spies. It's so cute. I love it. I love it so much. And the writer is by Hashimoto Aoi, and the artist is still the same person, Hashimoto Aoi. So let me read you guys the summary of the book. To be on my mind, to have my heart throb, and wishing you will turn around. If it's about the two of us, everything is thrilling. A new romance featuring food and show business. Absolutely satisfying, the best combination. So this manga is all about guys in the show business. If you guys don't like food and pretty boys in the show business, definitely for you, I guarantee it, because these characters are really, really cute, and I really like enjoy them so much. Chapter 1, basically it starts off with the guy named Iwakura Yu, and he's like has his own takeout shop called Hello Smile. So he specializes in like South Indian curry, and he's been working with this, I don't know if they're famous, this show business company for a really long time. All the staff members, even the director, they know him so well for like I don't know how many years. So basically you know that he makes good business out of like, you know, cooking South Indian curry, which sounds really freaking good. He just delivers his curry, and they really enjoyed it. And he became friends with, you know, the film crew, the director, and his actor friend named Matsumoto Akiyomi, and they're basically starring some type of movie. I think he's probably like the lead role or something. So while he was delivering his meals, we learned that the director, Yoshikawa-san, like brought over a young boy named, I think his name is Misaki, under his wing. I think Misaki came from like a faraway place. We know where he's from, Kumamoto, and that keep in mind of that place because it goes into play in this story. So he brought over a new rising talent, a young boy named Misaki, and I think he's 18 years old, and he brought him over to become, you know, the next rising star of show business or doing films, like we don't know. But we know that he's a very shy boy. He doesn't really talk much. Whenever he responds, he just nods and shake his head. And Iwakura saw him. He was like, oh, this boy looks pretty. He has a nice face for an actor. Yeah, so his full name is Nakachi Masaki, and he joined the film crew like a half a year ago. His actor friend told Iwakura saying that, oh, he's the director's favorite. He's just a shy boy. But the director was like, he's good doing his acting job, but like he's just too quiet, too introverted, antisocial. He wants him to like, you know, get out more and have him interact with other people, but not keep to himself a lot. Because we know we introverts, we always do that. We don't give no fucks about anybody. We want to be cute, kept to ourselves. We want, you know, peace and quiet. So I can relate to this character really well. The president, Yoshikawa, usually brings him to the filming site, and then whenever they're done, he just immediately like, leaves the place without saying anything, and that kind of worries him. Like he wants him to like be more open about himself. I'm like, just let the boy do his thing. Like he's not bothering anybody. But yeah, like he needs to like get to know people more, respect your elders, be happy, be social sometimes. So like he was just like chilling like in, I guess, the break room or like watching over the set, and Iwakura, you know, handed him his sample famous South Indian curry, and he was like, oh, here you go. And then Masaki just looked up at him and said that, oh, I guess, do you like spicy food? Do you not? Like he want to get like, you know, a little close to him, trying to make him break out of his shell, which is kind of cute. Trying to like make him like talk. He needs to speak. So he tried to recommend his famous food, like a little sample of it, and he's trying to be like, okay, this one is spicy. This one has like, you know, butter chicken. It's a lot sweeter than honey. I hope you like it. Like he's trying to like show him all his foods, like, you know, like here's some rice, here's some like chicken, here's some like my stuff, here's my palette, like eat my stuff because you know you're gonna love it. And he just sits there, looks so bored, and like, yeah, yeah, it's food. Like, I see that, thanks. And I'm like, boy, be thankful like a cute guy like him is serving you food. I'd be like, God bless, because men who cook are hot as hell. Like, dude, like, thank you. You don't even have to, but like, thank you for giving me food. Like, I have not eaten all day. I'm tired. I'm sweating. I want to go home. I don't have time to cook. And this guy just brought over some free food for you to try. I'd be like, dude, take that opportunity. It's all yours. Take that shit. Like, oh my God. So yeah, he's been showing his, you know, his varieties of foods, and he tried to like make him like, oh, you know, it's okay if it's your first time eating South Indian curry. So he tried to sprinkle in some like, no, he tried to pour in some like, I think the spicy sauce. Masaki took one bite and his face lights up. He was like, you know how those anime characters when they eat, they be like, oh, and you'd be like, she, like those cliche, corny, annoying expressions. That's what Masaki did. Like, his face lights up. He was like, Lord, this food is good, and he was nomming it down. He was so happy and pleased, and he was like, oh, you like that? So try the next meal. Like, and he spoke a little bit at a time. He spoke a little bit. And Masaki said that, oh, this one's a bit spicy, but it's still really good. Iwakura-san would be like, oh, okay, try adding all the curry into the rice and mix it all up. You know, try to like create a new taste if you want. And then he was smiling, looking at him. Iwakura-san is a good guy. Like, have a guy like that who cooks and he's nice and he feeds you. I'd be like, that's my dream boy. Give him to me. So he did what he said. Like, he tried to like, you know, mix the curry up with all the other things and the rice, whatever. And he ate it and he enjoyed it. Masaki was like making that, well, he enjoyed it, but he made that weird face that makes him like tighten up his face muscles. I think that's what you call it. His face tightens when he chew the food, and then like Iwakura was like laughing at him. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, your reaction is so funny. Like, I didn't mean to like be mean, but like, you know, was it good? And then like Masaki nodded his head. He's like, it was delicious. And he was like, oh, thank you. And I was like, I wish that was me. Like, I wish I was being fed by a hot guy. Give that to me. God, like, he's so lucky. Masaki is so lucky. Like, he's shy, which I can relate, but like Iwakura, it's like a brother type character. Like, he seems like a very caring guy. He respects you. Like, he's doing his job, you know, serving people. And I like that. He's very caring. So after that, it's like, you know, after work hours, it's the nighttime. Iwakura is at a bar, you know, chilling, and he meeting up with his actor friend, which his name, I think it's Akiyomi. Yeah, that's the actor's friend. I'm gonna forget his name, definitely. And he was like, oh, you know, how was the filming? Was it good? And he was like, yeah, the filming was great, you know. It went too long, you know how actors are. They've been there like day and night, you know, from like probably like 5 a.m. to like 8 p.m. at night or later, depending how the production goes. But you know, it's a tough job. His actor friend was like, oh, you know, so Iwakura-san, like, are you taking care of Masaki now? You're like, is this like a new job for you? And Iwakura was like, yeah, about that. Like, Yoshikawa honestly kept on pleading him to take care of him, make him like, you know, more sociable and make him go out more. And the reason why like Yoshikawa like wanted him to take care of Masaki was because, you know, the staff, he heard from the staff saying that he really likes you, like, he likes your cooking, but he likes your personality more. Like, it's best for you to take care of him, you know, show him the ways of being open up human being. Like, I don't know. Iwakura was like, I only met him a couple of times. Like, we don't even know that much that well. I'm only there to like deliver my food, do my job, and then leave. And the director, Yoshikawa, was like, no, you're fine. Like, he enjoys you and your food. Like, you should be coming more often to help him, you know, get out of his shell. And then he's like, yeah, like, he definitely likes you. Like, Masaki really does like you. Not the like that you thinking about. Of course, this is like a yaoi story. To Masaki, I think he sees him as like a brother material. Like, he likes him as like maybe like a brother or a friend, you know, in that kind of way. Because, you know, he's a young guy. Like, he's like, what, 18, 19? Like, I feel like in that age range, you should have like a role model. So yeah, he's been trying to tell him the life of Masaki. Like, I think a half a year ago, Yoshikawa said that he took him up in Tokyo to take care of him temporarily, but he barely talks to anybody at his agency. He doesn't really interact with anything or anyone. He said that right now, his only conversation he has is with his housekeeper, Sono-san. I was like, damn, you have a housekeeper? Are you that rich, Yoshikawa? Like, who are you? What works do you make that make you a lot of money? Ever since he came to Tokyo with Yoshikawa, he been taking care of him temporarily, but like, he don't talk to nobody. Only his housekeeper, Sono-san. That's the only close relationship that he has. So he begs Iwakura, be like, yo, I beg of you, can you please take him under my wing? Well, under your wing. Leave him at your shop after school, like, basically, like, let him drop himself off at your place, and, you know, you take care of the rest. And that's how we end up being stuck with Masaki san for who knows how long after school, like I don't know. So it's been like half a month since I think like Masaki been going to his shop, and he said that he wasn't talking at all. He won't talk about anything. It's kind of awkward with him, and he said that you know, like the actor friend was like you know, Yoshikawa wanted him to start auditioning soon. You know, he has to really break out of his shell just to get out there, which is weird. Like, how can you scout an antisocial person but like they don't interact with anybody at all? That's just weird, because we don't even know like why he wanted to be like an actor in the show business. I mean, we don't even know if he wants to be an actor, maybe an idol. I mean, it's the film industry, so like, obviously he's an actor, he wants to be an actor, but we don't even know why, and if his parents allowed it, or like is there a connection? Like, does Yoshikawa know one of Masaki's family members? Are they okay with it? I guess they are, because they let him like travel on his own to Tokyo. And we learned from Iwakura that he wants to open his own shop, like I guess specializing in like the South Indian curry, so that's kind of cool. Like he said that, yeah, hopefully I'll be able to make it next year, so I hope like he does actually get his own shop, because that's kind of cool, because everybody love his curry. It's really like the best. I'm rooting for him too. Like I hope he like his goal actually gets accomplished. Even I want to try South Indian curry, and I never had a curry in my entire life. Not even Indian curry or Japanese curry. I always wanted to try those. It looks so cool. So after that, we see like Masaki munching down on like his food, and he asked him like, oh, how was the taste? Was it good? And he's like keep munching it and nodding. He was like, yeah, it's good, man. Like I want more of this stuff on my plate. He laughed. He was like, oh, come on, like don't rush. Like no one's gonna take your food. He acts like an animal when he eats his food, because damn, like it's really good. He enjoys it. He tried to rub his face with a towel, and his hair got messed up. It was like so cute. Like, oh my god, you can see like his curls, like I don't know, like sticking out and stuff like that. Iwakura like realizes that like, oh, you know, even though he doesn't talk too much, he can really speak his mind by showing his expressions. Like when he's happy, he shows that he's happy. When he's upset, he just make a pouty face. If he's like enjoying something, and if you ask him, oh, is that good? Are you okay? He just like nods for everything that he's been asked for. Okay, we don't even know why he's not talking, but I'm gonna let you know why later on. I think it's like one of those sayings, like he wears his heart on his sleeve. Like you could tell how he reacts to certain things by the way he, you know, reacts, the way he looks on his face. That's how he basically understands his feelings. So yeah, so there's a customer, you know, came by to Iwakura's like little shop. They order some food. They order butter chicken and keema basmati rice. That sounds really good. Never seen that before. And lots of akar. Sorry, Indian people, if you guys are watching this, I don't know your language. I don't know how to speak it, but like they've been ordering some really good food, and I'm like, can I have some of that shit? I want some Indian food. So yeah, basically like Masaki been helping him out, you know, after school, you know, helping him like give him stuff, like I guess clean the dishes, or floor, mop the floor, like whenever he can, since he's in there not doing anything besides eating his food. But yeah, so he been like preparing the food, give it to the customer, and Iwakura notices that, oh, you know, sorry, there's something spilled on the floor. I think it's like probably like water or something. So he tried to like, you know, clean up the mess. He said, thank you for helping me. It helps me a lot. As soon as he was talking to him, he slipped. Masaki like called him out. He was like, oh my god, like, are you okay? That's the thing. When he was shocked when he fell, his accent came out. His thick accent. Mind you, like I said, they're from Kumamoto. He's from Kumamoto. And so he has a Kumamoto dialect. So he has a very thick accent. You know, he tried to make sure he was okay while freaking out, being loud. Iwakura-san was like, oh, you talked. But wait, like, when you spoke, I just heard like, he didn't really finish his sentence. He was like, oh, you talked. And then like, Masaki was like, he was like, oh shit. He got up and he left. He was like shocked. Iwakura-san was shocked. That's why he was like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell? Like, I just heard him spoke for the first time, like a full-on sentence. He's like, oh my god, to see if I'm okay. But the way he sounded, like, it's so weird. So we learned that he was hiding in his room at a fancy freaking apartment complex. Like, Jesus, Yoshikawa, are you rich? Like, but yeah, Yoshikawa came by with Iwakura-san, and he asked, you know, what happened? He's like, oh, I fell, but I'm fine. But like, it just occurred to me that when Masaki, you know, called me out, you know, trying to see if I'm okay, like he noticed his accent. They were trying to like, you know, meet up with Masaki. Yoshikawa said he would not come out of his room at all because I guess he was shy and embarrassed of how he sounded. Yoshikawa knocked on his door. He didn't respond at all. Iwakura-san was like, okay, is he from Kumo? Oh, Kumamoto. I said Kumamoto. Is he from Kumamoto? And Yoshikawa-san was like, yeah, he's from there. Masaki was like, you know what? Hey, like Masaki, don't worry. I'm from Kumamoto too. I can understand your accent. Like, he's been speaking through his own dialect with him, and then he opened the door mad fast. He was like, you're for real? Like, in his native tongue, like, you're for real? Like, you're from Kumamoto too? And he was like, yeah, it's true. They both realized that they're from the same place. That's why they have thick dialect. So we know that Iwakura-san is from Kumamoto and also Masaki, so they can understand each other. And, you know, he seems like really happy, like, oh my god, it's been a while since I heard my own dialect. It's so cool, you know, let's talk for a bit. So the reason why he has not been talking is because when he moved from Kumamoto to Tokyo, a lot of people have been making fun of him of his dialect because it's very, very, very thick, or they couldn't understand what he's saying, so they try to like make him repeat himself because they could not understand the thickness of his accent. And he feels like, you know, awkward and anxious about his accent, so he try to like hide it as much as possible, or try to like, you know, speak normally with the normal crowd, which I bet is kind of hard for him to do because it's nerve-wracking, like trying to like, you know, fit into a new place that you've never been to before. So that's the reason why he told him everything. And then like when he said that when he'd been scouted by Yoshikawa-san, he said that, okay, since you're gonna be an actor, you gotta try to fix your accent. You know, you can't really talk like that because people's not gonna understand you. Which is kind of sad because while he was talking to people, they keep telling him like it's better for him to not talk at all because nobody understands it, and he keeps getting make fun of. I'm like, dude, that's really messed up. It's not his fault. It's who he is. He can't change the way he sounds to people. Like, you can't. You could try to improve it, but you can't change it. It's who you are. And we learned about his little like history, like both his parents always worked, so he stayed with his grandparents, and he found out that his grandmother was also an actor. At one point in her life, like she got like a big sick, was not feeling too well, so she couldn't act anymore, so he tried to step in, be an actor for her, and then like she was like, you know, approved of it, and she wanted to cheer him on. So that's the reason why he wanted to become an actor, just to like, you know, make his grandmother happy since she could not continue on her work. He gave him a pat on the head and he started blushing. Masaki was blushing. You know what that means? Ooh, like he's really he's feeling a little something somewhere. I don't know. That's so cute. So they went back to Iwakura's shop. Taki was helping him with the vegetables, cutting it up, you know, helping him cook. And then while he was talking, Masaki, his accent was showing again. And Iwakura-san was like, oh, your accent is showing. And then he just like covered his face being all embarrassed. But he's like, yeah, you still got a lot of work to do. We're gonna fix it. It's just so cute how he keeps slipping up his accent. It's adorable. You get to see his expression change a lot. Masaki, every time he speaks to like Kuro-san, talks to him, his face lights up. He's like all happy. He blushes. And the one thing that triggered that boy, Iwakura said to Masaki, saying that your smiling face is really cute, and that just like make him blush. Like he felt it. I think that must have hit him hard, like because now he's like blushing and now he's like all conscious about what he says around him. It's so innocent and cute. I'm like, aw, you're adorable, man. Like you could tell that, yeah, he's in love. He's into him. He has that, what is this feeling in my heart? Why my face is hot? Why am I sweating? Why am I looking at him so much? Why am I so memorized by his beauty? Like, oh, what is it? And yeah, that's the end of the chapter. It's just so freaking cute. So let's talk about the character analysis. I really do like the characters. Of course, we got the main characters, Iwakura Yu. To me, when I saw him, I think he's like around his 20s, like maybe 22 to 23-ish, because he looks very young for his age. And we all know that he has his own takeout shop called Hello Smiles. He specializes in like South Indian curry, which is kind of cool. I really want to like try that for once. Like, and we know that he does catering. Like he's like a caterer. He's very kind and caring to people. And I feel like he has a brotherly personality because like he's very open to Masaki, and he likes to take care of people. So you can see that a lot, like when he takes care of Masaki, like he shows that brotherly, you know, aura in him. Like I guess like when Masaki's like, to him, it's probably like a little brother because, you know, he wants him to feel comfortable, make him feel safe, make him feel like he's useful to his job, like as an actor. Like he wants him to feel like, dude, like it's okay that you're different. I am not gonna, you know, neglect you. I'm not gonna make fun of you because I share the same accent with you, so I can understand what you're saying. I like Iwakura-san's like personality, and he's friends with the actor with Akiyomi, which is kind of funny. I want to know like how they actually met as friends. Him and Akiyomi, like I don't know, like maybe they went to high school together, and then like one day when they like finished high school, he was like, I'm gonna be an actor. I want to go do acting thing. I want to go to audition. I want to like travel. I want to do like big roles in some famous filming industry. Like I'm gonna do that shit. Bye. And then Iwakura was like, yeah, you do that. Well, I'll become a cook and you know have my own shop and my own mini shop right here. And then in the next 2 years or more, like I could have my own restaurant doing like South Indian curry or like other specialized dishes that he can do besides curry. Maybe that, I don't know. That's my thought. So yeah, we know that he's from Kumamoto and he also has a Kumamoto dialect. We just don't see it that much during the beginning of the manga because he was speaking like normal, standardized, like Tokyo accent, basically a Tokyo dialect. Because I bet he lived in Tokyo like much longer than Masaki did. So once he's with Masaki, it comes out a little bit and it's kind of cute. So next character we got Nakachi Masaki. Masaki is adorable. He's adorable. I like him. He's like me, like when I was like 18 or 19 years old. I think that's his age, like 18 or 19. Like he's very shy and he keeps his feelings to himself. Like he wants to stay alone. Like he didn't want to deal with people or start drama. He's like in his own world and I like that. I can relate. He's also from Kumamoto and he has a very thick dialect, thicker than Iwakura-san. What I took from Masaki is that I feel like people might emphasize with him because he came from a faraway place and then like once you like move out of your country, like you're in a new environment, like a whole new world. Like you don't understand nobody's accents or language. You don't understand the culture. Like you have like a culture shock. And to him, having a thick accent from your home country is like weird to other foreigners, I guess, because they're not unused to your culture, your custom, and they're not understanding your words correctly because it's very different. They don't understand why like you sound like that. You just do because that's your native tongue. I just feel like he might overcome his insecurities a lot more. The more practice he gets talking to, you know, Iwakura-san and his other co-workers in the industry, like the more comfortable he will start speaking to other people, which I kind of see that happening. The art style, I like the art style. Very simple, not too complex or like too, I don't know, dramatic. I like the colors on the cover art. The cover art is really cute. Like the minute you see the cover art, like you would like think that, oh, they're very close because you know like Masaki's like laying on top of him and then you know Iwakura-san is like below him. Well, actually not below him, but like he's like laying on top of Iwakura-san, I guess, lap. And they seem like very happy and comfortable. Like you can see his hand like on his head, on Masaki's head, and Masaki seems very happy and pleased with it. Like he seems like he's very comfortable with him. You can tell like along the way throughout the chapters, he will definitely get really close to him and starts to feel very like happy and comfortable with him. They seem like brothers in this photo. Like I can see like a brotherly bond. Nothing sexual, don't even think about that. Nothing sexual, no. So the writing for this manga, I mean like I'm not gonna be picky about the writing because personally I don't really care and I read really fast when it comes to manga, depending like on the pacing and stuff like that. But like the writing is like very simple, not too hard to understand, not too complex. It's very simple. Nothing I'm complaining about. And my other reason like why I like the book is like I like how they have like a brotherly talk you know moment in his room because that was like very serious. Like dude, like if you're like feeling depressed or something, like if you have something bothering you, it's good to talk it out with somebody, you know, because not a lot of people have that kind of help like Masaki. So Masaki's very lucky that he has like Iwakura-san helping him out, you know, making him feel safe and calm and, you know, trying to help him, you know, correct his accent, but also like have him feel comfortable around him and open up to him more with his own accent, which is kind of like adorable. It's cute. Writing's good, very simple, nothing too serious, nothing too complicated. Like it could be like a little cute humor like here and there, but like you guys will definitely enjoy it. It's not too bad. So my verdict, the verdict is that I really love this manga. I do recommend you guys, 10 out of 10. I love it. It's adorable. I like how the characters are very realistic because it shows someone feeling isolated from coming from a foreign place into a new area that they're not used to. So it's really hard for them to adjust the new environment. So it's a struggle for anybody who's coming from like a different country, a different state. I'm pretty sure that people who've been through that situation, they can relate to Masaki. So like I hope that Masaki will definitely like be able to understand Tokyo more and, you know, go out more with Iwakura or like stay in his place and have like, I don't know, have him cook for him or something, or I don't know, like something brotherly bonding-ish. I don't know, I'm rambling, I'm stupid, like but yeah, I definitely recommend reading this book. It's called Spiced with the exclamation point. I don't know, what's your favorite actors? Like, do you guys have a favorite actor? Maybe like an idol, a singer, maybe like a famous actor on the Food Network? Like, I don't know, let me know in the comments down below. So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed the manga. I recommend, you guys will love it. with. Thanks for watching my channel. I'm sorry if I'm talking so fast, still getting used to it. Subscribe to my channel if you guys want more BL content, and let me know what topics I should talk about in the BL world or what manga I should review so I could like do a video about it. And yes, bye!